You know, wish I had a way to track this. I mean, 2 great shots and 1 bad one. You know, why isn't there a way to track any of this?
Use the app.
What's that? Huh? What? Thanks, Jeff. The ISHI Archery App.
Hey everybody, welcome to 3D Archery. Greg here. All right, the ISHI Archery App. This, my friends, is a long-term review. I've had this app for over a year now, so I'm pretty well acquainted with it. Why do I use an app? Well, I wanted something to keep my scores. You know, carrying a card out in the woods, cool. It gets crumpled, it can get wet. You ever shot in the wet? Try to score while you're shooting in the rain. I don't bring umbrellas. You can lose a scorecard, done that. You can lose your pen, done that. You can forget to bring a pen, done that. There's so many things that can go wrong. I just wanted something that was simple on hand, I can look, keep track of, and use. Well, that's what I had. Now, I used another app for a while, but they shut that one down for whatever reason. So I went out looking, and I just happened to stumble on this one. And I've been using it ever since. And the name ISHI, it's called the ISHI Archery, right? ISHI is the name of a famous Native American who came out of the woods in California. He lived in the wild, grew in the wild, but whatever reason he came out. But he's a very famous archer. And it's an interesting story, so if you want to look it up, look it up. The people that made this app knew about him. They're infatuated by his story, and they thought they'd honor him by naming this app after him. All right? So let's get down to it. All right, everybody. First thing you got to do is download the app. Go to the App Store, type in ISHI Archery, and you should get it. Now, this app started out, the people that made it are archers, and they just wanted something just like I said for themselves. And it's grown over time. They had friends make suggestions. Even I made a few suggestions, and they incorporated. So the features have grown, and it will continue to grow. So when you download it, you get 2 options, free, and you get the subscription one. I did the subscription one because I always like premium on most things. So, you know, just how I am. So once you get it, here's your main page. You can see you got 4 buttons down low. You have shoot, scorecard, history, and statistics, which we're going to cover today. Then up in the top on each corner, you're going to see 2 icons. The geared one, you know, is for settings. And the arrow takes you to a GPS tracking function. All right, so the first one we're going to cover is shoot. And when you hit shoot and scorecard, you're going to come up to a unique page. And that's this page right here. And this is only part of it, it's much longer. And this page, you got to select what you're doing, right? Now, on some, they have the course features, which we're not going to talk about yet. I'll get to it when I break it down, right? But this is a generic one. So what they have is 14 different paper type targets. They have 4 generic 3D scoring areas from the different organizations of ASA, IBO, OPA, and Universal. They have 39 different 3D targets. They have 29 different 2D hunter targets, and they even have 1 Morel yellow jacket bag target. So once you do that, you'll see that, and you'll scroll through that, and you'll learn which one's this and all that. All right, and then you're going to click which one you want, and you go to your new session. But instead of me talking about it, we're going to go outside where I demonstrate it in real life. First thing you're going to do is open the ISHI Archery app. Then you're going to hit the shoot option, which will bring you to the new session screen. Here you have some work to do. The first thing you can do is put in the round name. Now this is optional. Then you go to how many arrows per end, enter the number of ends, and then you can set your distance. You can hide the complete ends on or off, mark arrows on or off, lock settings on or off, and when you're happy, just tap create. Once you do that, it'll bring you up to the target face. Now, once you're done shooting your 3 arrows, simply walk down and score. You bring up your app, this page should automatically come up. And to score, you simply place your finger near where you want the arrow to hit. Just touch your finger on the screen, a little crosshair will appear like a magnifying glass around it. The crosshair is the indicator of where the arrow hit. Slide the crosshair to where you want the arrow to hit, lift your finger to mark it,
and then tap which end it is. You'll see the big circle all the way around. Now, if you made an error, don't panic. You can use the undo button in the bottom left of the screen to go back and score it properly. Every time you do it, the score shows up in the top left of the screen. And all you do is repeat this process for the end. Once you're done with all 3 arrows, or 5, whatever you might have set it to, it will automatically move to the next end each time. And once you shot the amount for your set, the app automatically ends the round and sends it to the history button on the main page.
All right, everybody, there's the shoot. Pretty simple, real easy, but the next one is the one that I love. The reason I got this, the scorecard. This thing is awesome. I take it with me. I go to a 3D, whatever it is, yeah, I let them use theirs, but I'm right next to them marking it with mine. Because now it's on my phone, I got it, and like anything else with computers or electronics, is I can compile data. And then I can have the computer, the phone, whatever you want to call it, the program, analyze it for me, and I can use it to break down what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I notice a trend or, whatever, but it is a definite help. So the scorecard, my favorite feature of the app, let's walk you through that.
The scorecard. Same thing. Open your ISHI Archery app, tap scorecard. You're going to choose your targets. They're the same as in shoot. Then, once you choose target, bring up the new session screen. A little different here, not as many options. But one neat thing you can do is you can enter up to 4 different archers, so you can score 4 people at one time. Hit your arrows per end, numbers per end, set in your distance, and then hit create. Once you hit create, it's going to bring up the scorecard. Scoring's simple. All you simply do is tap on the score for each arrow. The scores will automatically get tallied up, and you'll see them on the upper side of the screen there. And once you're done with your 3, it automatically moves to the next end, so you don't have to worry about it. And the same thing, if you make a mistake, hit the undo button, and you can correct any mistakes. So all you're going to do is keep repeating this process, and then once you're done, it'll say finish. Tap the finish, and the app will automatically send the round to your history button on the main page.
Now, there's your scorecard. Now, here's a great option they added, and I think this is pretty ingenious. There's many of us, especially as triad archers, that shoot non-conventional targets. So how do you score them? What if you don't want to score? But what I hear a lot of times from people that are hunters is, well, 3D targets, I shoot for a hunting kill, not a scoring. That's fine. But with this feature they have here, the custom target, you can do just that. You can take anything you want and make it into a target. And then you can score on it. So this is a really neat option. So let's see how you do that.
Custom targets. Same thing, open the app, and in the main menu, go to the shoot option. And on the bottom right, you're going to see the word add. Tap that. You're going to have 2 choices. You can add a target or add a course. Today we're going to add a target. So you tap that, then you got to type in a name. This is optional, but give your target a name if you so desire. Then you're going to have 2 options underneath that. You can take a photo or load from photos. Now this load from photos, you can do it from the internet and other places. We're going to take a picture. So you take the picture. Next thing, you're going to see this little screen right here giving you all the options, telling you what to do. Beautiful thing about the app, they walk you through it. So we're going to crop it down so you can get rid of all the excess. Once you got that, you hit done. It's going to bring you to zones. Now zones are really scoring areas and point values. And you get scoring values of 1 to 20, and you got different size shapes. Bigger ones down to small ones. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the shape you want, tap it, then you're going to add a color to it, and then give it a point value. And you're going to do this for all the values on your target. And then once you're done, you tap finish. And when you hit that, you're ready to go.
All right, everybody, there is the custom targets. Pretty neat feature. Used it myself. I want to backtrack here for a couple minutes and talk about the course features. If you go under shoot, you're going to have different courses. You got animal, paper, and hunter. Now you can also custom make a course, which is pretty complicated. That'll be for another day. But I just want to talk about it real quick because it's a pretty neat little feature. You can go in, use all the same target. You can change them how you want. And I'll run you through it real quick. So here it is, the course feature.
First thing you're going to do when you're in the main menu is tap Shoot. Then it's going to give your targets options. Remember, we're doing courses. There's 3 courses on here. You got the Animal, which is 3D, Paper, and Hunter. Now you can also make your own course, and if you do this, it is a little complicated, but it is a cool feature. You're going to tap which one you want to do. It's going to bring you up your new session screen. You're going to enter the name of the course if you so desire to have one. You're going to enter the targets per session. Then you're going to enter arrows per target. And you're going to tap Create. And it's going to bring you to your course page with all your targets on it. You can see here. What you're going to do is tap each target and score it like you do the other apps. You're going to put your finger on it. You're going to get the crosshair in that little magnifying glass part, slide it to where the arrow hit, let it go, and that will mark it. And then when you're done with that, you tap Finish. Now remember, if you make an error, don't panic. All you got to do is tap Undo option in the bottom left of the screen, and you can rescore it. Then once you hit the Finish, you are ready to shoot the next one. And you'll continue this until you complete the course. Remember, at any time you can put notes on it, and then once you're done, it will automatically go to the history area.
All right, there's the course feature, pretty cool. But I want to talk about the notes up next. So whenever you do a shoot, you can always add a note. And I use this from time to time. And what it is you hit the note icon, you'll see right over here, and you just type in whatever you're thinking, whatever happened to give you a reminder. Because sometimes you're out there shooting, you're doing a competition and you like something happens early and you forget it by the end and you don't remember it by the next time. The note feature will save it for you. You can also put in there what your setup is, so many things. And whenever you go to the next one, it'll pop it up real quick as a quick reminder for you. So the notes feature, another awesome feature of the ISHI Archery app. So you're done with your shoot, it disappears. Where does it go? Well, it goes into the history feature. And what it does, puts all your shoots in there. And what it's doing is building a database of information that it can mine to give you some ideas of what's going on. So let's take a quick look at the history feature.
All right, history. From the main menu, simply tap the history icon, and it'll bring up this page right here. This is where all your records are stored, all your shoots. They're listed in order by date with the newest shoot up on top. Now, if you notice on this one here, a little gold piece of paper. What this means is there's notes in it, which means while I was shooting, I realized something, I noticed something I wanted to remember, so I typed it in the notes section, which we'll cover later. Right? Now, you can see on this one here, you got 3D shoots, you got paper shoots. But if you look at these 2 icons up here in the corner, right? The orange circle is for target shoots, the blue square is for 3D shoots. If they're highlighted, regular color, means it's on. If you tap it, it'll turn darker, and it means it'll remove those shoots. So let's say you only want to look at your 3D shoots. Well, if you tap the orange circle, all the target shoots will disappear if the orange circle is dark, right? You can also search the history by name, location, and date.
And what good is all that history if you can't use that information? And that's where the stats come in. This thing has so much information, it can be intimidating. So let's take a quick look at all the stats and all the things you can find out and do with that information.
All right, stats. From the main menu, tap the stats icon, and you bring it up. Now you got plenty of breakdowns, and I mean, my goodness gracious, do they have them. All right, here's a quick list. You have the average score per arrow, last shooting year's average, score distribution, last year's score distribution, average score per arrow, last year's average score per arrow, last year's scorecard year scores distributions, say that one 5 times fast, and last scorecard year scores distribution by percentage. Now what you can do with this is you can change the targets. You can do all the World Archery targets, all the NFA targets, etc. To do that, you tap the target in the right upper hand corner. You unhighlight the current selection that you're looking at, tap the new target, and when done, you tap the upper right hand corner. We're done. And then it'll change it all. So you can go through this. It's incredible. Now, this is like a lot of information, and I really think it's for the pros, but there's another way to do it too. From the main menu, tap history, right? Go to one of your shoots, select the shoot, tap it, and then when you come up to that page there, tap analyze in the lower left-hand corner. This allows you to break things down by segments, by donut. You can break it down by all arrows in a certain end, things like that. This one, to me, I find much more useful. I get a lot of information about how I'm shooting from this one here. All right, so there you have it. Stats, great information for those that love that stuff, but an easier way is to go through history and use the analyze function.
All right, everybody, there you have it. I'm telling you, this video could have been hours long because I didn't cover all the features. Here's the big part. Ready? They got a website too with even more stuff in it. This thing's incredible, the ISHI Archery App. So it's time for hits and misses, right? I love doing this because it's a balanced look at it. So what are the hits? Well, first hit, this thing's versatile, right? If you want to shoot it, you want to score it, you want to track it, and you want to make it, this app can do it, right? The other one, it's customizable. You can make anything into a target. You can create your own course, right? There's so much you can do with it and to make it your own. The next one is the scorecard feature. I love it. It's easy to use. It's effective. Simple. Same thing as easy to use, but it's my favorite feature of this app. And the other one is it's always growing. They're always adding new features. They're always improving. Martial arts, they always used to teach Kenai, constant, never-ending improvement. These guys epitomize that. And the last one is they listen to feedback. If you notice something, write them. They'll get to work on it. If you want something done, and if they can do it, enough people want it, they'll put it on the app. Great stuff. And that means they're listening and they want to make it better. So there's our hits, right? Versatility, it's customizable. The scorecard, it's always growing, always expanding, and they listen to feedback. Now, what's my miss? Miss is actually one of the hits, right? The customizing. Seeing so customizable, it can get you in trouble. There's so many things you can do, right? It can lead you into a complicated and time-consuming process that gets you away from what you originally wanted. So when you use the app, just be aware of that, Keep it simple. The old one, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Just keep it simple and remember what you're using it for. I got into it on a couple of them and I'm like, man, this thing, and I realized I got more into the app than the shooting, which is not the way it's supposed to be. Just a minor one, but that's the only one I have. All right, there you have it, the hits and misses. Up next, I'll give you my final thoughts and we'll head on out. All right, everybody, there you have it, the ISHI Archery App. Telling you this thing's powerful, it's versatile, it's just incredible. Love the scorecard feature, it's my favorite thing. I do use the shoot feature when I want to see how I'm shooting, and I use that to see, for me being left-handed, if my arrows are going to the left, I'm plucking. So if I get a group to the left, it tells me I'm plucking, and I can figure out what end it is. And then I can start paying attention. Oh, look, normally fourth end, I start plucking. Let's pay attention to my alignment. Or if it's going to the right, it means I'm collapsing. And I'll be able to track that too. And you can tell, for me, it depends on which one I'm doing, but after like the 6th, 7th end, right around 8, 9, and 10, I really start to lose it, right? My mental capacity fails. Okay, some of you say I have no mental capacity, but my ability to focus just definitely drops down. Then I, grid myself, fight the bullet, and I bring it back up for the last couple ends. And that's how it's always been. But this app really brings it into focus for me. All right, that's it for today, boys and girls, the ISHI Archery App. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to check out my channel, my website, 3darchery.net. I'm trying to make it the ultimate resource for 3D archery. On it, you'll find 3D courses and archery ranges. You'll find archery festivals, product reviews, and awesome 3D archery targets that I make and sell. And I'm looking to add into it competitions. I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. So check us out at www.3darchery.net. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. And let's get out there and let's practice and let's get dieters.